making something a little bit different for the dogs. It's kind of a DIY licky mat. You might have seen these on the internet. They're made of silicone usually, and they're super expensive. This is actually just a baking mat that everybody's using to make dog treats right now, because you can smear the stuff on this mat and then bake it and you get tiny little dog treats. I don't have the patience for that. I would rather just cut a giant slab of dog treats into tiny bits personally. But anyway, I found a different way of using it. So I just smear a mixture of something sticky, gooey on to the mat, and then I actually roll it up, just like this. And then I pop it in a bag and I freeze it. And it might surprise you, but it actually takes my dogs a lot longer to eat this than a Kong. They've only done it a couple of times. So that might be part of it. They're still figuring it out. The mixture I'm using today is sardines packed in water and an egg. And I just buzzed it together using my immersion blender. You don't need an immersion blender. I'm a food freak, and so I have one. I'm going to take a little bit of this, plop it on. So I just cut this mat in half because they don't need a whole one. My dogs are pretty small. Gally gets the bigger, bigger piece of it. Pinot gets the smaller piece of it because he's about half her size. And then I'm just going to spread it out. And honestly, you could just do that. You don't have to do the whole thing. You don't have to get crazy with it. This is a good thing to give your dog if they're crated, waiting for their turn in class. Short car rides could be a good thing. The reason I like it is that sometimes a frozen Kong is just too much for a dog to do. Pinot is tenacious because he's a terrier, and he won't stop working on something that's not a problem for him. Gally is a little bit less, determined, and if I give her a frozen Kong and it's too hard, she's just gonna drop it and she's gonna ignore it. This is pretty easy, but it's got a lot of little spots, and so all the food is it's all spread out so that, they can't just have one big bite and be done, which I could give her a bowl of this and she'd be thrilled, but it would be gone in 10 seconds, if that. And so this just makes it last a lot longer, gets her licking, and she's not going to stop, and this isn't going to put her off because it is so accessible. It's not too challenging. So this could be a good thing for a dog that's a little bit shy or new to puzzle toys, who needs to build up, shall we say, durability with puzzle toys. Definitely not something that you'd leave alone with your dog because it's pretty flimsy. My dogs actually don't pick it up. They leave it right where it is. Your dog may be different. He may fling it around. But just something to try, and definitely supervise your dogs the first couple times you do this with them. All right, enjoy.